Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. This is Madden 18 on EA Sports. As we head towards kickoff, two quarterbacks will be on the field today trying to push their team to victory. It's Wilson's Seahawks going up against Ryan's Falcons.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. A few moments ago, it was Desmond Trufant of the Falcons making their way out of the tunnel to the delight of this sold-out crowd as his guys get set to do battle with the Seattle Seahawks. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here's Thomas Rawls with his first carry. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. They go again with Rawls. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
On is the punter, Ryan, to send this one away. This is brought in at the 21. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And it'll be Falcon football as they take possession. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Coleman. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. On 3rd down, that's Coleman. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the 1st quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this 1st quarter.
Let's go.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, add that play to his resume reel because he went to the Pro Bowl last year. That's how you go to the Pro Bowl. You make plays like that, big-time penetration, and throw people for losses.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, off goes Matt Ryan, and on is another Matt Bryant. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. So the folks here in the stands this afternoon, they're happy about that one. Their guys get the early advantage after the opening drive field goal.
And they should be happy. Their guys look good getting down the field, and that's got to give them hope that good things are in store here today.
And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. As Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves.
There goes Thomas Rawls. 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Thomas Rawls, 72 yards. And the Seahawks have taken a first quarter lead. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That's an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness, too, of just getting there and taking off and going? For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
Here's Walsh now to kick this one off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again. Then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They will run again with Coleman. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. 3rd and long. It's Ryan. And he fires one that's intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on the final play of this first quarter. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. First down, this is Rawls. And he's got room. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
When big runs occur, sometimes there's a sense that things were pretty easy, and that one carried them down inside the 10. But getting into the end zone now, that won't be easy at all because you're going to face different defenses and not as much real estate to work with. Will they be able to run it, or will they have to throw it in order to try and score?
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Thomas Rawls with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. Here's Walsh now to kick this one off. This is fielded at the goal line. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. And here now come the Falcons. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They begin the drive with Coleman. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. To give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. They'll toss it to Coleman. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. The Falcons on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, Ryan. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. 2
yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
That 1st down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. They stay on the ground, rolls again. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the 1st half.
2 minutes remain here in the 1st half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. This is complete. It's Baldwin. They find some open feet. Doug Baldwin. He's at the 50, the 30, the 20, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Doug Baldwin, 95 yards. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. So from back deep in their own territory, all the way into the end zone, you think they expected to score on that one?
I'm not sure they expected to score, but they also showed that they're not averse to taking a little bit of a risk there, right? Taking a chance because the normal call is take care of the football, run it, be safe. Instead, they put it in the air and took a gamble, and it paid off in a big way. That wasn't an analytics call. That wasn't a fantasy guy's call. That was like a video game call right there.
It was a little bit of a video game call, but it worked. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
This is Coleman. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
If they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. They run the play fake to Coleman. Now Ryan. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowl cornerback, Richard Sherman. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, He couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
On second down, rolls. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Here's John Ryan now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you...
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Now Wilson on 1st down. Buying time to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Second and 10. It's Wilson again. Dancing to his left. He lets it fly for Lockett. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
After the interception, here's Ryan. Flushed out right. Looking downfield for Jones. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. They'll run it now out of the gun. this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And they're going to go soft on the corners. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology.
And nothing but daylight ahead. Past the 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Tevin Coleman, 75 yards. And the Falcons cut into that lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third. The third quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back. Wilson, a give to Rawls. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And the Seahawks on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Wilson. It's caught on the left side by Baldwin. First down, Seahawks. Wilson to Baldwin.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Wilson going to give to Rawls. Gets around him. Now that play is blown up. Losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
One of the beauties of a 3-4 defense is that you have flexibility with your linebackers, and you can put them in different spots. But one of the downsides is an offensive team that's committed to running the football, you can get your big offensive linemen up on linebackers quicker, and that usually gives you an advantage in running it.
Now a toss. This is Rawls. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
But that's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that'd scare me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. They'll run with Rawls. And he'll go down at the 28. It'll be a gain of 11. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. 3rd and 2, now Wilson. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
14.
They'll try to run with Rawls. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Second and goal as the offense looks to try to punch it in. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Back now here on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. To throw is Wilson. Steps away to his left. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. So they settle for just the 3 there, but clearly anything helps when you're trying to salt one away here in the 4th.
Without a doubt, I think a touchdown would have been the final nail. But 3 does give him some breathing room and lets him build up a little cushion.
So out come the Falcons now. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball, but how about them just taking it big-time jaunt. Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open. Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down, and you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. Coleman now. They'll only get a couple couple up to about the 30.
Doesn't matter who you're rooting for in this game. The effort of the man with the football, getting away from one and trying to churn forward and get some yardage, I really liked what he did there.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. Now it's Ryan. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. A handoff as they run the counter play. Finding some room at midfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
I know anytime you watch a team run the ball really well, there's some pinball effect, people bouncing off of each other. There's also some things of beauty in there when you see these nice, explosive, strong runs. And this guy, he knows how to carry the football really well and continually wants the football. Why? He knows his offensive line's going to give him great effort, and he gives great effort himself to finish off runs.
And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down. Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. The Falcons on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 14. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Escaping the pressure right. Ryan hit, and he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. He's at the 30, 10, and he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that, and that's what they've done all game long.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Jones. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. That's just his 2nd catch of the game. They wanted to keep him silent. They have kept him silent.
Defensive football 101. Don't let the best player on offense beat you. Take him out of the game, and they've done a great job of it.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Cliff Averill in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. So the sack on 1st down there by the defense, and now it's 2nd down. From the gun, it's Ryan. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Ryan connects with Sanu right side. And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard. Right there at the 43. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it is incomplete. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. The busy afternoon continues for Rawls. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. I think this defense tired of seeing him run the football, and this D-line probably getting sick of the O-line as well.
And as I'm watching this, I'm thinking about a conversation I had with Adam Gase, the head coach of the Miami Dolphins, in the offseason. He told me that he asked his running backs each week for their favorite runs. Give me your 3 top runs. And right now, you're seeing a guy that's probably using his top runs to great advantage in this game.
He is in a zone. Now it's 2nd and 7. '20th carry for Thomas Rawls. They'll get it to the 23-yard line. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who